Have you ever noticed that as you grow older, the desire to visit others or the need to socialize as you once did starts to fade? Maybe you felt that visiting certain people doesn't bring you the joy it once did. Instead, you leave feeling drained, unappreciated, or even disrespected. The truth is, in old age, it is often said that one should not go visiting around aimlessly, and there are very important reasons for this. If you don't understand why, you may find yourself in situations that are not only unnecessary, but also harmful to your peace of mind and well-being. Think about it. When you were younger, visiting family and friends felt like an adventure. It was a way to bond, to share laughter, to celebrate milestones, and to create memories. But as you age, the dynamics change. People get busier, priorities shift. The warm welcome you once received isn't always guaranteed. In some cases, you may even start feeling like a burden. You might notice that certain people only tolerate your presence rather than genuinely enjoying your company. This is not to say that you should isolate yourself, but rather, it's crucial to be mindful of where you invest your time and energy. One of the biggest reasons to avoid unnecessary visits is that not everyone has your best interests at heart. Some people may gossip about you the moment you leave. Others might take advantage of your kindness, making you feel guilty for not helping them in ways that drain you emotionally, financially, or physically. And then there are those who make you feel small, as if your presence doesn't matter. Do you really need to put yourself through that? At this stage in life, your priority should be peace, not proving yourself to people who don't appreciate you. Another reason why excessive visiting is discouraged in old age is because it can disrupt your sense of stability. As you age, your home becomes your sanctuary. It is your safe space where you can control your surroundings, your schedule, and your interactions, going from one place to another, especially to places where you are not valued, can take a toll on your mental and emotional health. The exhaustion of traveling, the feeling of being unwelcomed, or the disappointment of realizing that people no longer treat you the way they once did, these things add up. If you are constantly visiting others out of obligation rather than genuine desire, you are sacrificing your own needs for the sake of appearances. How many times have you gone to visit someone just because you felt like you should, rather than because you truly wanted to? And how many times did you leave feeling worse than when you arrived? In old age, you don't have time to waste on situations that deplete your energy. Instead of forcing connections, focus on deepening relationships with those who truly matter, people who reciprocate your kindness, who check on you without expecting anything in return, and who make you feel valued. It is also important to recognize that not all visits are about companionship. Some people may invite you over for their own benefit. Maybe they need financial help. Maybe they want to use you as an emotional dumping ground. Maybe they just want someone to listen to their problems without offering anything in return. Be careful of these one-sided relationships. If you always feel exhausted after visiting someone, it's a sign that the relationship is not balanced. And at this stage in life, balance is everything. This does not mean you should cut everyone off. Rather, it's about being selective, quality over quantity. Choose to spend your time with people who uplift you, who bring you joy, who appreciate your wisdom, and who respect your presence. These are the relationships worth nurturing. It's not about isolating yourself, it's about protecting your peace. Many seniors, especially after retirement, may find themselves with an abundance of free time, without the daily structure of a career or the responsibilities of raising a family. It's easy to fall into the habit of visiting people simply to fill that time. While social interaction is essential for emotional well-being, not all visits are beneficial. Some interactions can feel obligatory, draining, or even leave you feeling worse than before. Instead of filling your days with visits that don't bring you joy or purpose, consider more fulfilling ways to engage with the world. One of the best ways to create a meaningful and enriching life is to participate in activities that genuinely inspire you. Rather than spending time with people who may not appreciate your presence or who leave you feeling emotionally exhausted, seek out experiences that energize you and give your days a sense of purpose. Joining a community group that aligns with your passions is a great place to start. Whether it's a book club, a gardening group, a fitness class, or a cultural organization, these gatherings can provide a sense of belonging while keeping you mentally and socially active. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals who share your interests can foster deep and meaningful connections. It can also help combat loneliness while giving you something to look forward to on a regular basis. Volunteering is another powerful way to make use of your time while making a meaningful impact. Whether you choose to help at a local charity, mentor young people, assist at an animal shelter, or work in a community kitchen, volunteering gives you a sense of fulfillment and contribution. It allows you to connect with others who share your values while making a tangible difference in the lives of those in need. Spending time in nature is another often overlooked but incredibly rewarding way to nurture both your body and soul. Taking regular walks in a park, enjoying the fresh air, or even cultivating your own garden can bring a deep sense of peace. Nature has a way of grounding us, reducing stress, and offering clarity in ways that constant socializing cannot. Additionally, challenging yourself intellectually by learning something new can be a great way to fill your time productively. Whether it's picking up a new language, taking a creative writing course, learning how to play a musical instrument, or even exploring new technology, engaging your mind helps keep it sharp and prevents cognitive decline. Lifelong learning also instills a sense of excitement and discovery, making each day feel fresh and purposeful. Finally, prioritizing hobbies and activities that bring you joy is essential for overall well-being. Whether it's painting, knitting, cooking, photography, playing chess, or engaging in any other creative or stimulating activity, these passions allow you to express yourself and cultivate personal satisfaction. Hobbies also create opportunities to meet others who share your interests, fostering friendships built on genuine enjoyment rather than obligation. By choosing fulfilling ways to spend your time, you enrich your life in ways that go beyond mere social visits. You create a lifestyle that brings you joy, strengthens your well-being, and ensures that your days are filled with purpose and meaning. Every visit you make in your later years should be purposeful. Time is a precious resource, and as you grow older, how you choose to spend it matters more than ever. When considering visiting someone, ask yourself important questions. Will this visit bring me joy? Will I feel uplifted, appreciated, and respected? Or will I leave feeling drained, disregarded, or emotionally burdened? These reflections are not selfish, but rather necessary for maintaining a healthy and fulfilling life. Many people fall into the habit of visiting others out of obligation, social pressure, or simply routine. They may think, "I've known this person for years, so I should visit," or "I don't want to seem rude if I don't show up." However, as you age, it becomes increasingly important to assess whether these visits truly add value to your life. If a visit leaves you feeling unheard, unappreciated, or even emotionally exhausted, then it may not be worth your time and energy. Prioritizing your well-being does not mean cutting off social ties altogether. It means choosing interactions that nourish your spirit rather than deplete it. It means surrounding yourself with people who respect your time, value your presence, and contribute to your overall happiness. If a visit does not align with these principles, then your time is better spent elsewhere engaging in activities that bring you peace, joy, and fulfillment. This approach is not about isolating yourself, but about being intentional with your relationships. It is about recognizing that, at this stage in life, your energy is best spent on people and experiences that enhance your quality of life. There is no guilt in prioritizing yourself. In fact, doing so allows you to be at your best when you do engage with those who truly matter. So before stepping out the door to visit someone, take a moment to reflect. Is this visit going to bring you happiness? Or will it leave you feeling empty? If it does not serve your well-being, then it is okay to say no. Choosing yourself is not selfish, it is an act of self-respect. At this stage in life, every moment carries a deeper significance. Time is no longer something to be wasted on trivial matters or spent appeasing others at the expense of your own well-being. You have spent decades fulfilling obligations, raising children, maintaining relationships, working tirelessly, and often placing the needs of others ahead of your own. But now, you have reached a point where your energy, your peace, and your happiness must take priority. There is a profound shift that happens when you realize that not all company is good company, and that not all invitations need to be accepted. It's easy to feel pressure into maintaining social ties simply because of history or obligation. However, this phase of life is about being intentional. Who you surround yourself with can either uplift or drain you. Some people bring joy, inspiration, and encouragement, while others leave you feeling exhausted, unappreciated, or even taken for granted. You must choose wisely. Protecting your energy means being selective about where you go, who you spend your time with, and what you allow into your space. It means recognizing that you are under no obligation to entertain negativity, gossip, or toxic relationships. It means setting boundaries not just for others, but for yourself as well. If a situation, a place, or a person does not bring you peace, fulfillment, or joy, you have the right to step away without guilt. This is not selfishness, it is self-preservation. After years of giving to others, it is time to give to yourself. This could mean declining invitations that don't serve your well-being, reducing interactions with those who bring negativity into your life, or even choosing solitude over forced social engagements. You do not owe anyone your time or presence if it comes at the cost of your inner peace. Your space, whether physical, mental, or emotional, should be treated as sacred. What you allow indirectly affects your mindset, your happiness, and your health. If something disturbs your peace, it is not worth keeping in your life. This could include negative conversations, unhealthy relationships, or even environments that feel overwhelming or draining. You have the power to create a life that nourishes your soul instead of depleting it. The truth is, you have already done enough. You have contributed, sacrificed, and fulfilled your responsibilities. Now is the time to prioritize yourself. Spend time in places that bring you joy. Surround yourself with people who make you feel valued. Engage in activities that enrich your soul. Choose peace over pressure, joy over obligation, and fulfillment over expectation. Your time is precious, spend it wisely, so the next time you feel compelled to visit someone just because you think you should, stop and ask yourself if it's truly necessary. If the visit doesn't bring you joy, if it doesn't uplift you, if it makes you feel anything less than appreciated, then it's okay to say no. Your time is valuable. Your peace is priceless. And in old age, protecting both should be your priority. This passage emphasizes the importance of intentional decision-making when it comes to social visits in old age. It challenges the common notion that one must visit certain people out of obligation rather than genuine desire. Instead, it encourages self-reflection before committing time and energy to interactions that may not be fulfilling. The first sentence urges readers to pause and assess their motives before visiting someone. It suggests that not all visits are necessary and that social obligations should not take precedence over personal well-being. By posing a series of introspective questions, does this visit bring joy? Does it uplift? Does it make me feel appreciated? The passage prompts individuals to evaluate the emotional impact of their social interactions. If the answer to these questions is negative, then it affirms that declining the visit is entirely acceptable. The second half of the passage reinforces the idea that time and peace are invaluable, especially in old age. It reminds the reader that their time is a finite and precious resource that should be spent on meaningful experiences rather than on interactions that leave them drained or unfulfilled. The phrase, "your peace is priceless," underscores the importance of emotional well-being and mental tranquility, suggesting that unnecessary visits can sometimes disrupt that balance. The message in this text emphasizes self-empowerment, particularly for older individuals who may feel pressured by societal norms or expectations. It encourages them to prioritize their personal happiness and well-being rather than conforming to what others believe they should do. This perspective challenges traditional views that often place excessive importance on maintaining social obligations, even at the expense of one's mental and emotional health. At the heart of this message is the concept that setting boundaries is not an act of selfishness, but rather a necessary practice for leading a fulfilling and stress-free life. Many older individuals, particularly those who have spent their lives taking care of others, whether as parents, spouses, caregivers, or employees, may struggle with the idea of putting their own needs first. Society often reinforces the belief that self-sacrifice is a virtue, leading people to feel guilty when they assert their own desires or refuse to meet the demands of others. However, this message counters that belief by asserting that personal well-being must come first. Boundaries play a crucial role in ensuring that an individual does not become overwhelmed by obligations, toxic relationships, or expectations that do not serve their best interests. By clearly defining what they will and will not tolerate, older individuals can reclaim control over their time, energy, and emotional resources. This allows them to engage in activities and relationships that truly bring them joy, rather than feeling obligated to participate in situations that drain them. Furthermore, the message promotes the idea that true fulfillment comes from within, rather than from external validation. Many people, as they age, begin to realize that the approval of others is not as important as their own sense of peace and contentment. This shift in perspective can lead to greater emotional resilience, as individuals become less dependent on others' opinions and more focused on their personal growth, passions, and well-being. In addition, the encouragement to prioritize happiness challenges the notion that older individuals should live their later years according to societal norms. Instead of feeling pressured to conform to outdated expectations, such as always being available for family, attending social gatherings out of obligation, or maintaining relationships that no longer bring joy, this message empowers them to make choices that genuinely align with their values and desires. Ultimately, this message serves as a call to action for older individuals to embrace self-care, self-respect, and autonomy. It reassures them that prioritizing their own well-being is not only acceptable, but essential for a truly satisfying and stress-free life. By embracing this mindset, they can navigate their later years with confidence, fulfillment, and a renewed sense of purpose.